Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the golden age of Looney Tunes. Let's get started. In 1950, The Rabbit of Seville was released. It was directed by Chuck Jones and the entire short is set to The Barber of Seville. It is considered one of the best Bugs Bunny cartoons ever made. In 1950, the cartoon Canary Row was released. In this cartoon, a new character was introduced that shook up the Sylvester and Tweety dynamic. This cartoon introduced Granny, which added a new obstacle in Sylvester's way in trying to catch Tweety. In 1951, the cartoon Drip Along Daffy was released. In this cartoon, a new dynamic was introduced between Porky and Daffy. In the 1930s and 40s, Daffy was a zany screwball, and Porky was often the straight man to his chicanery. In this new dynamic, Daffy was the hero who often overestimated his abilities, and Porky was the sidekick who was often more smart and competent than he let on to be. Porky's popularity was declining at this point in the Looney Tunes series, so he was often demoted to a sidekick. His last starring role in a classic Looney Tunes cartoon was in the 1951 short The Wearing of the Grin. In 1951, the cartoon Rapid Fire was released. The cartoon was directed by Chuck Jones and is one of, if not the most iconic Looney Tunes short ever released. It was the first cartoon to introduce a rivalry between Bugs and Daffy and was the first cartoon in what is commonly considered the Hunting Trilogy, the other two cartoons being 1952's Rabbit Seasoning and 1953's Duck Rabbit Duck. In 1952, the cartoon Operation Rabbit was released. It was the first appearance of Wile E. Coyote since his debut in 1949, and it was the very first time that he spoke.
Eh, what's up, Doc?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote. Genius.
In 1952, the cartoon Beep Beep was released. It was the second Roadrunner and Coyote cartoon and permanently cemented the duo as Looney Tunes mainstays, and they continued to appear in cartoons throughout the rest of the series. In 1952, the cartoon Duck Amuck was released. This is considered one of the best Daffy Duck cartoons because instead of fighting Bugs, Elmer, or another character, Daffy fights the animator themselves, and he breaks the fourth wall constantly.
That's dandy. Ho ho, that's rich, I'll say. Now how about some color, stupid? Hey! Not me, you slop artist!
Dodgers, because we are facing a crisis. The world supply of aluminum Fosdex, the shaving cream atom.
In 1953, the cartoon Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century was released. This is also considered one of the best Looney Tunes shorts. This cartoon is a great example of Chuck Jones's dynamic between Porky and Daffy, and is also considered the best classic cartoon that Marvel the Martian ever appeared in.
I claim this planet in the name of Mars. Isn't that lovely?
Look, Bud, I've got news for you. I have already claimed this bit of dirt for the Earth, and there just ain't room enough on this planet for the two of us.
I do believe you are right.
In 1953, the cartoon Cattails for Two was released. This cartoon was the first appearance of Speedy Gonzales, but he had a more stereotypical Mexican design. His design would later be changed by Chuck Jones, so put a pin in that for later. In 1953, the first and only 3D Looney Tunes cartoon was released, titled Lumberjack Rabbit. This was part of the 3D craze of the 1950s, but since the mandate was added halfway through production, the only actual 3D in the short was the Warner Brothers logo in the opening. In 1955, Speedy Gonzales was reintroduced in a cartoon simply titled Speedy Gonzales. Speedy got a redesign by Chuck Jones to be less stereotypical, and instead of being a troublemaker like the other Looney Tunes characters, he was a hero, actively trying to help the people around him. In 1955, the cartoon One Foggy Evening was released. This is considered the best one-shot Looney Tunes cartoon and one of the best cartoons Chuck Jones ever directed.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
The cartoon has no dialogue except for the frog singing, which was provided by Bill Roberts, and the cartoon is a great example of Chuck Jones' simple yet effective storytelling. In 1957, the cartoon What's Opera Doc was released. This cartoon isn't just considered the best Bugs Bunny cartoon. It isn't just considered the best Looney Tunes cartoon. It is considered the best cartoon ever made. This cartoon is so iconic that in 1992, the Library of Congress inducted it as the very first animated short in the National Film Registry.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit.
Kill the wabbit?
Yo-ho-to, 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 yo-ho.
Almighty warrior of great fighting stock, might I inquire to ask if what's up, Doc?
In 1958, the cartoon Nighty Night Bugs was released. This was the first and only Bugs Bunny cartoon to ever win the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. The last Looney Tunes cartoon released in the 1950s was People Are Bunny, which released on December 19th, 1959.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Well, looks like we have a winner. And here's the $1,000 cash prize for the first rabbit. Congratulations.
Now, just a darn minute. I'm no rabbit. I'm a duck. Look.
Oh, that's nice, because now it's no longer rabbit season. It's duck season. Okay, boys.
The 1950s are often considered the golden age of Looney Tunes because of the characters and milestones achieved throughout the decade. But with the increase in TV sales and declining movie sales, the Looney Tunes began to lose their popularity. The 1960s were not kind to the Looney Tunes, but that's a story for another day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.